Welcome, Virgo. I'm Adriana. I'm a soul guidance coach. I help sensitive, self reflective souls choose maximum growth. Today, I have an intuitively guided divine message for you. And this is a very different spread than what I normally do on this channel. In fact, I have not tried this out with any clients, I have not tried it out with myself, but I did get a message yesterday that I needed to switch things up. So this spread is going to look at the relationship between your inner world, your inner self, and the outer world, and provide message at the end or advice if there's something that needs to be resolved there. So, King of Pentacles on the outside, Three of Swords on the inside, Ace of Cups on the inside, and the World on the outside. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're going to go ahead and start. I was going to draw the advice card, but we're not going to. Now, on the inside, Virgo, this is all about a healing journey for you. The Ace of Cups, that self-love, the divine love that comes in to heal. And the Three of Swords, understanding the growth that you've been on. Anytime there's a wound, anytime there's a betrayal or a hurt, even if it's one we give to ourselves, and most of the time it is us hurting ourselves, there's a moment where you realize that this is so that you can grow and heal. And what the healing does is it helps you not only move on in this life, but it helps your soul be able to journey to a new lesson the next time. So as souls, we come down here to learn certain things, and when we don't learn them, when we keep injuring ourselves over and over and over, then our soul has to keep reincarnating, learning the same lessons again and again. And you don't necessarily have to believe that exact thing, but it doesn't hurt to believe that healing is what helps move you forward on this journey. So when we look at these two cards together, you really are starting and continuing. It's kind of both, because we're in a flow with that Ace of Cups. You're on this path to healing. You're on this path to growth. There's a stone, I know there's a stone on this card, but there's a stony kind of energy in your heart that doesn't really want to take part in this healing journey at this time. A little bit of a coldness. I'm feeling a little bit of a disconnect or a distance. So it's almost as if the water is touching everything in you except this one place where it's staying dry. That stone is staying dry. And part of the reason why we're resisting that healing is what's being called on you by the outside world. We've got the world, and we've got this, I'm going to say more of a Capricorn energy, this King of Pentacles on the outside. When I look at these two things together, I really think public face. I really think accomplishments in the world, being forced to show up a certain way as always successful, always having the answers, always knowing what to do. And really that drive to succeed, always having to be the perfect one who does everything. And failure is not an option with these two cards. There's a pressure for achievement, a pressure for accomplishment. But here's a little bit of the tension. In order to heal, a failure has to be acknowledged. And what does that really mean? A failure meaning that this way I'm going forward, what I'm doing is not working. That's the only way we realize we need healing, when we observe that something is broken, when it doesn't give us the results we want, or we make the same mistakes over and over, or we get hurt time and time and again. That is a failure, but it's also a blessing. We are conditioned to think that failures and mistakes are bad, and they're just not. They just are. Really, they're a series of actions that lead to certain consequences. And what you learn is that these particular actions produce these types of consequences. So when you do something that doesn't work or fails or is a mistake, what you have learned is, okay, this particular type of action or this particular intention will not get me what I want, will not get me to the place I want to be. This is actually very helpful information, because if you know what doesn't work, then you know exactly what does work. You can figure it out. If you see something as a failure, then you have clarity on what you want, on what a success is. But these don't allow, these two energies here, the outside world here, doesn't allow you to acknowledge those. It doesn't allow you the space to say, I made a mistake, that was a failure. And so that's that stone I'm feeling on the inside, because it doesn't want to let go. It doesn't want to admit that there was a mistake or that there was a failure. But the problem is that keeping that stone untouched, not allowing self-love to touch and heal that stone, keeps it stuck. And what does that mean? You keep that in your energy field and you keep repeating it. So that stone just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you see, and you still don't get to the place you want. You're still not happy with that aspect of your life. It still doesn't get there. We are wounded so that we can heal. Everything in our bodies, everything in nature knows how to heal. We make mistakes so that we can learn. We fail so that we can grow. All of these happen as duality pairs, okay? So Virgo, the message on the inside is allow this water to touch everything. Allow this forgiveness, this self-love, this self-forgiveness to touch everything, even those mistakes and failures. I'm going to draw one more message card, Four of Cups. Okay, now this is an interesting card because she has one cup that she's ignoring in the background and she's got 3 empty cups here. So what you're ignoring, that failure or that lack of success or perhaps a shame, that rock I was talking about there sitting in this space, that could be a golden opportunity in disguise. There could be some sort of blessing hidden in there. There could be some sort of learning or some sort of insight, or perhaps healing it brings an opportunity that you never would have thought possible. There's a folly in ignoring that stone, in ignoring that cup that's back there, because it's put there for you to learn and love from. Love and learn from. Perhaps that Freudian slip was meant for a reason, okay? Because our whole purpose in our lifetime down here as souls is learning self-love, is learning to love a self that is imperfect, that can't live up to everything we want it to live up to be. But we're doing our soul's mission when we choose to love it rather than push it away. Okay, Virgo, that was kind of a deep, very profound one. Let me know if you have any questions. And if you are a regular on this channel, let me know how this different spread went for you. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're curious about who I am and what else I do and what else I offer, there's information in the description below, also some links you can check out. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Have a good week, Virgo.